80% of men are checking out of dating. It just got too emotionally expensive for them, okay? So they're saying no. They're saying no more. They're saying, no siree, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be part of the circus anymore. I used to feed the lions, and now I'm going to stop. I used to juggle, but I'm fed up with doing that. I used to go on the big, I get thrown at, what other fairground analogy can I use? You know when they get thrown out, fired out of, I used to get fired out of, and now I'm not coming back.
A man is supposed to come into a woman's life and take some pressure and problems off her hands, not come in and cause them. She is already juggling enough between work, family, and trying to take care of herself. She is tired, stressed, and still showing up every day doing her best. The last thing she needs is a man who adds to her load. She needs support, not more weight. She is not looking for someone to fix her. She is looking for someone who doesn't break her. She is not asking for perfection, just honesty, consistency, and effort. A man who can give her peace, love her right, and be there when it truly matters. Because if she still feels alone when she is with you, she will quietly choose her peace over the relationship.
When did men become so soft? Why is it that you men want everything that women need? I've never seen such a batch of soft men. Oh, I want to be nurtured. I want to be flew out. I want to be bought nice things. I want to be emotionally loved. I'm emotionally traumatized. You men sound like... And then you wonder why these women don't submit to you. Oh, I'm still dealing with mommy. Like, you sound so goofy. It's sickening. You are not a woman. Get some fucking balls about yourself. Women come to men for strength, not the other way around. Women come to men for protection, not the other way around. Women come to men for nurturing in a sense, but it's not the way that y'all acting like it. Y'all acting like y'all want to be breastfed all over again. And then you wonder why these women don't respect you. It's not that she's masculine. It's not that she doesn't respect men. She can't view you as a man because you've never given her a safe space to treat you like a man. I'll say it once and I'll say it again. Women act like real women around real fucking men. They can't help it. They become stupid. Oh, I don't know how to do it. When you give them a safe space to do, could you get that light bulb for me? Could you help me with that light? They like to be women, but you don't make her feel like one. And that's why they act the way that they do. I am Truth Hurts.
And you continue to have a lot of these modern women who say they can't find a good man anywhere, right? And a lot of modern women don't really want to sit with the fact that they're not good women. That's why you can't find a good man. You're not a good woman. And so a man that is actually a good man, even though you might be pretty and you know, you might dress well and you're a boss babe and stuff, you really don't have a lot in common with him because you're not really all that great of a person when it gets down to it. You're good at some things, but you're not really that package, that complete package that he needs.
And I'm not suggesting we should do anything to get in the way of women's ascent, but we have to acknowledge no group in America has fallen further faster than young men. And the country and women aren't going to continue to flourish if young men are flailing. And they are really struggling. 1 out of 3 men who hasn't cohabitated by the time they're 30 or married someone is going to be a substitute. Here's a stat. This freaked me out. 45% of men 18 to 24 have never asked a woman out in person. Mm-hmm. You know, no one wants, they get a lot of mixed signals. No one wants to be that guy that approaches a woman at the bar and it's unwelcome and he's now that guy. Mm-hmm. He's a creep. But now what you find is in surveys, 80% of women still say they want the man to initiate romantic interest.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You know, when a man or a woman truly loves you is when they don't check out other people when you're not around and when you are around. And what I mean by that is, if you truly love somebody, you will never look at another woman or stare at another man ever, because you know what you have at home. And it gives you such a respect from your partner because they can, I believe that women sense these things. I believe a woman will pay attention to a man to see if they will check out another woman. And as soon as that man gazes down, she has nothing but respect for him. And to do it when she's not around, she may not know, but it's such a respectful thing because in his heart, he knows he truly loves his wife or his girlfriend, that he doesn't need another woman to look at because he has the prize. Fellas, ladies, if you give the utmost respect to your man or your woman, they will change your life. They see these things and they know. Women definitely pay attention and they respect the fact that you respect them. And they love that. It's one of the biggest turn-ons for a woman when they know they have your respect. Same for a man. I respect somebody that doesn't check out somebody.
And modern women want to continue to ask, where are the men who beg? Where are the men who are willing to, be outside your door with a boombox and all that other stuff? And you really honestly and truly have to ask the question, is that something that you would do if people didn't really like you like that? And they all over the internet talking about, don't really like him like that. I didn't really like him like that. And they have to do like astronomical acts and feats in order to get your attention and try to convince you to like them, to date them, to go out with them or something like that. Oh, your father kept on pestering me for 8 months straight. And, finally, when I had been passed around the whole town and the whole town didn't want me, I finally decided to go with him. What?
She has been testing you since the first conversation, and here is what she's actually looking for. Women do not test men to be difficult. We test men because we have been hurt and we are trying to figure out if you're safe. The test is never what it looks like on the surface. When she goes quiet after things are going well, she's checking if you panic. When she cancels last minute, she's watching if you get needy or stay grounded. When she pushes back on something you said, she's seeing if you hold your position or hold to please her. Men who fail this test always do the same thing. They react, they over-explain, they reach. Men who pass do not even realize they're being tested because they're simply being themselves, consistent, grounded, unbothered. If you have ever stayed calm when a woman pulled back, you have already been passing tests you didn't even know you were taking. Send me a word date and I will send you a free dating profile audit that will upgrade your dating game.
Deep down, a lot of women, they are attracted to those very same men they would never build a life with. They will never build with financially. The exciting guy, the chemistry guy, the emotionally stimulating guy, the same guy they call dusty and broke. But the only thing is, he could not provide the lifestyle. You could. So she chose security, stability, comfort, provision. But once the house is paid off, once the retirement is secured, once the lifestyle is already established, once she no longer needs provision, now it becomes open season. Now she can entertain the kind of man she actually desired without needing him financially. So another man eventually enjoys your house, your investments, your retirement, your sacrifices, your hard-earned money. Listen carefully. I am not shaming anyone. I'm not shaming any man or any woman who are in those transactional relationships because you know what you're getting from her and she's getting whatever she's getting from you. I am just saying it like it is. When you get into those relationships, you have to be at peace with the fact that when you die, the same dusty bum that you and her used to laugh at, he will be the person in your house eating your food. He will be that person on your couch drinking a beer with his feet up, belching loudly. That's all I'm saying.
And a lot of modern women are continuing to ask, what happened to all the good men? Where are all the good men? And the fact of the matter is, they're right in front of you. A lot of these guys are not loud. A lot of these guys are not flashy. They're not out here talking your ear off. They're not doing any of that. These guys are steady. They're stable. Maybe not as exciting as a Chad or Tyrone, but I'm steady. Like I said, I'm stable. I can do what you need me to do, right? We're not going on vacations to the Bahamas every weekend I got to work. You know, we got a family we got to take care of. You know what I mean? So that's a good man. It's just your expectations are warped. So you think in order for a man to be a good man, he got to be doing all this other stuff. That's great, but it's not really the building blocks of a successful relationship.
Are you single?
What?
Are you single?
I'm single.
I want to help you find a very cool girlfriend.
Okay.
Why are you single?
I prefer to be single. I don't really want a girlfriend.
I want to change that. What's your type?
I like a type that's like not annoying at all and kind of lets me do whatever I want, and I let her do whatever she wants. Very low maintenance. That's the most attractive thing to me.
Oh boy. So where would you take her for the first date?
Finelli's.
What are you guys gonna grab?
Guinnesses.
That's gonna set the tone for a nice night.
Yeah, definitely, man.
What do you bring into a relationship?
Almost nothing. I think a healthy relationship is one where you can coexist.
Okay.
You don't have to offer and exchange things, and if someone is traveling in the same parallel path as you are, then it makes it natural and organic, kind of just like this.
Does she need to be in New York City?
I mean, that definitely helped, but sometimes I've had long distance relationships before, and sometimes good fences make good neighbors, so you never know.
Well, if you are a cool girl who likes to date this very handsome man, you should definitely slide in his DMs.
Yeah, definitely.
Living in Charlotte, I'm literally in the parking lot right now at Camp North End. Every single time I come to Camp North End, all I see is couples. Like, it's crazy. Literally nothing but couples. But anywhere I go, it's just like, there's no single people in this city. I'm the only single one? That's crazy. Where are the single people at? Where are all the single people at? And I'm not even looking. I'm not looking because I just got out of a terrible relationship. It was horrible. But I'm just like, it's only single people. It's only coupled up people out here. Like, no single people. Like, I'm literally looking right now. I see a couple behind me. I see a couple right there. I see a couple right here. And I'm not even exaggerating. I don't see single men ever out here. Every time I see a man, he's with his girlfriend, which I love that. Like, very much, you know, stay faithful. But where the single girls at? Like, it's just all coupled up. Like, all right, I guess I'm gonna go home then and let y'all couples have it.
You know, what's funny is that modern women have so many tests. I heard about another test. It was like a Spotify test or something like that, to where I think it was something to the effect of like, play your Spotify list, play your Spotify playlist, and I will see if we align. Which, you know, okay. I mean, there's plenty of people that don't have the same music tastes per se. You know, there's a lot of music artists that I've never even heard of that my wife likes. I'm like, who is that? That's trash. It doesn't hinder us going together in our mission. At least I hope not. I would hope not. Maybe that's a conversation that we need to have. Modern women are doing that, and they're listening to artists that maybe they don't prefer or they don't like, and they're calling a man misogynistic because of it. Oh, you listen to this guy, misogynistic. Oh, you enjoy his music, misogynistic. Oh, you enjoy her music, patriarchy. She's a woman though. Yeah, but you know, she has patriarchal ideas. She has misogynistic ideas. So you listen to her, you're misogynistic because you associate with her. But what about all the TV shows that you watch that are full of misandry? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I'm a good person.
Is it? Oh, a 10. A 10. Daddy's so tired. He was sleeping. A 10. He worked so hard. He was so sleepy.
I have 3 very important things to say about this one. Number 1, people are going to excuse your actions because you're pregnant and you're hormonal. Well, I'm going to tell you, as somebody that's pregnant, there's no excuse for that behavior. Because guess what? You can have feelings, you can be exhausted, but you choose your behavior. 2, I don't think you like your man very much. Because for you to act on those feelings that you're having and behave in this way, it's an indication realization that you have resentment. And instead of facing that, you are getting physical with this man. And not only that, you are doing it in front of your young children, and they totally see that and will start mimicking it. Lastly, number 3, there's a clear double standard here, because if we were watching a video of a man throwing an egg like that at a woman, the reaction to that video would be overall negative, and the video would be taken down probably, and the man would be canceled.
If he tells you he's not ready, as a matter of fact, give me a second, let me come back to this one. If he tells you he is not ready, what did you hear? He told you specifically he's not ready, whether it's financially, emotionally, mentally, he's not ready for a relationship. So no matter what it is that you do, you cannot force that man to be with you. I don't care how much you try to prove that your love is enough to get him to change his mind. I don't care if you feel like you were better than the last person. I don't care what it is. Take what he said and stop trying to prove a point. Because now you're just showing up and you're going to be wondering why am I not getting the same thing in exchange? Because he already told you what it is. Now, if you decided you want to hear something else, that's on you. But stop creating these stories in your mind and stop constantly trying to put in a puzzle piece to a puzzle that's already complete. You got it. I hope you got it. Girl, leave that man alone. Happy healing, y'all.
And you see that a lot of these modern women want the perfect man, which I get. It's just that a lot of times you guys don't really bring perfection. You bring chaos, trouble. Stuff that men can't use, stuff that men don't want to be a part of. It almost seems like modern women bring the exact thing that a man doesn't want. Does that make sense? Like, out of all of the things, like say for instance, a man has a list of things that he wants, could tolerate, and then the things that he absolutely cannot tolerate. And she brings none of the things that he wants. Well, she probably looks good. So that's a thing. It's a major thing that he wants. But she's not bringing anything in the middle. I have the looks, but then all this other stuff that you don't want, I'm going to bring. High body count, I'm going to bring that. Instead of just saying, okay, well, there's been a few guys that I've, experimented with. We'll say it like that. You've experimented with the entire town. What am I going to do with that? I mean, unless you're a dude and you've experimented with the entire town, then yeah. And I guess if you like a woman that has experimented with the entire town, then I guess that wouldn't be a problem for you. So, if that's the case, I'm just saying, the things that a lot of men would say, well, I would kind of go this way and I'll kind of leave these things alone. The vast majority of the things that a man would leave alone, these modern women are bringing to the table.
Okay, so where are all the single Christian men? We've got answers for you from our guests this week. Okay, Rev Chris says we're in a cultural hangover and that men believe that faith is only for women because we're still living in traditional roles of women in relationships and nurturing attitudes. Interesting. Bruxy Cavey says that faith has been kind of relegated to emotion and that we've taught our boys to be more task-oriented and they're not relational, so church and faith don't really connect with them. It's an interesting point. He says it's a bit countercultural. And thirdly, Dr. Santos says that a lot of young men are leaving church and the faith because they think it's judgmental and hypocritical and not sort of connecting with views of science and logic. Let me know your thoughts below and tell us maybe your reasons why there are no single Christian men in the world today. Extreme, but let us know.
The one thing a man is not going to do when he is not feeling appreciated, he ain't going to complain about it. He ain't going to make no speech, ain't going to be no announcements. He just going to jest. Here are 6 things a man will slowly stop doing when he knows that he is not being valued. Number 1, he going to stop going the extra mile. When a man knows that he goes above and beyond for his wife, his family, or his woman, and he ain't being appreciated, it's pointless. Number 2, he will stop sharing what's on his mind. When he knows that his ideas, what he says are diminished or minimized, he's just gonna stop talking. Number 3, he will stop being emotionally available. When you know that your energy of you opening up is not welcomed, then you just gonna stop. Number 4, he will stop trying to impress you. The dates will get simpler. The surprises will fade. It literally will go from passion about you to obligation. Number 5, they will stop initiating connection. They get tired of being rejected and they will take their energy someplace else. Number 6, they will stop feeling peace at home. And when a man loses that peace, everything suffers quietly. One thing I know about a man, he is not going to pull away suddenly. It's going to happen over time. And when it does, that's when he will start to hear that he has changed, which is not true. The truth is, men do not change. They just adapt to how they're being treated. Appreciation fuels men, respect keeps them grounded, and peace keeps them present. Always remember that.
You know, I think another thing that men are realizing is that modern women they're not actually real. I mean, I know we have catfishing, and a lot of times that refers to the physical appearance of somebody, but you also have to look at the personality of who they are, right? A lot of these modern women put out an aesthetic. Well, I do this, or I'm this, I'm that way, and they say what they do even on their profile. But then you actually get in real life and you see that they're a little bit different person. Sometimes it's not like, oh, they're toxic, yada, yada, yada. It's just that you're not really the person that you said that you were, or, you know, you kind of led somebody to believe in your dating profile, right? And sometimes it can become maintenance for the dude. You know, modern women want you, so they'll say a certain thing because that's what they want to do, which is fine. But sometimes you're just not there. You got to work to get there. But you as a man, she says she's on board with you, but you're actually coming into her plan. You're actually doing the things, living the life and all that stuff, talking and speaking and dressing how she wants you to dress. So whenever she's saying all that on mine, you're gonna have to get in line with that and maintain that. If we need a car, if we need to go get a certain type of coffee every day, oh, I don't like Starbucks. Starbucks is so last year. Let's go to Pete's Coffee or Dutch Bros or something like that. Oh, we don't shop at Walmart. We only go to Target. You know, that type of stuff. So she can tell her friends, this is the lifestyle that I live. But that's not really you. This is another element that men have to deal with. You might be cute, but the way that you handle yourself is fake.
I got so mad. I said yes. Don't make me accountable for whether this happens now or not. I'm here. I'm naked. I'm ready. Yeah. Don't be giving me a second chance to choose. Yeah. That's gross. Yeah. Oh. But he thought he was being generous and accommodating and considerate and what you guys try to be.
Yeah, and that's him being considerate. I don't want to interrupt her. She looks busy, but that's kind of like what a man needs. He needs to not be interrupted because he's single focused. As you described, you're doing one thing and you don't want to be interrupted. Whereas me, if you interrupt me to give me a brief 2-minute kiss and just to tell me, you know, I love you, thinking of you today, to something connective that takes 2 minutes, I am so happy for that. And not even like, oh, I want to have like right now, nothing like that, but just like a connective, I'm feeling you, I'm thinking of you. That already makes me feel that feeling of, oh, I want to have them today. That little bit.
You just made me think of so many more things that men need to know about women.
I did not realize how hated black men were by black women until I did my series. My husband was raised by a single mom, and this is what I've learned. And then I did another video, Black Men in Therapy, and the comments from black women, wow, color me surprised. I kept receiving comments full of skepticism from men saying, are you really trying to give us grace? Are you really trying to understand us? And when I saw the women comment, I went, oh, wow, now it's starting to click. And it saddened me. But I now understand. And a lot of them brought up generalizations about black men creating broken homes and leaving more baby mamas and babies out there. But I feel like millennials and Gen Z are swinging the pendulum the other way from Xers and boomers, because they're trying to be in their children's lives. They're not trying to have these broken homes. They're trying to make it work with their partners. So now I understand comments like this, but I'm a big advocate for all men's healing.
And I don't think, modern women understand that, a lot of these men have watched what, a marriage is done to a man, how it completely, and we talk about divorce a lot, right? Divorce does a lot. It takes a lot from you. And so you see a lot of men deciding, hey, peace is a lot better option. It's less riskier. I see my dad paying child support, even when he's taking care of us this whole time. I see my brother paying child support. I'm paying child support, and I only see my kid 2 weekends out of the month. I lost my house. I lost my peace messing around with this woman. When you watch that happen to your friends and your family, and especially when that happens to you, you start doing things differently. You start thinking differently. You start saying, okay, it's not about fear. It's about, okay, is this the best position for me? Is this the best possible outcome? Because like I started to say a minute ago, you have, even in marriage, modern women like to say how they lose themselves. But how many men have checked out in marriage? How many men have lost themselves in marriage because the wife don't listen? Oh, you're just here to do what I want and be a good man and be a gentleman and do exactly how I tell you to do and act exactly how I want you to act. And men really have no say so. Once again, I've heard a couple of guys say it with a straight face like it's supposed to be something that makes sense. Oh yeah, you should be okay with being the last priority. Why? Pay the bills here. I should be the first priority. Well, yeah, you got to serve your wife and your kids. I get it. I understand it. But in no way, no shape or form should somebody that's doing the most work in the house be put last place. Absolutely. If it was a woman that was happening to, then people would be rioting. Modern women would be rioting. Oh, you need to give her some respect, and she's doing more work than you. Be rioting because she's doing more work than you. But all of a sudden, when a man does more work, that's what he's supposed to be doing. You don't get a cookie for that. You don't get any praise or any more respect for that. You don't get any love for that. Interesting. And you say you want me to propose to you. You say how much you want the wedding to cost. You say how much you want a ring to cost. Really? Absolutely.
On me, on my. I know many women wanna be in my life. Like, on me, on my. Why can't every woman end up being my wife? Even if she go away, even if she go away, even if she go away, even if she go away. I'm a classic man. You can be me when you look this clean. I'm a classic man. Calling on me like a young.
Sometimes a man falls in love with another woman, not because he wanted to cheat. Sometimes it happens because his wife stopped being the partner he emotionally needed. And over time, he begins to feel alone, even while living inside the same house. He lives with someone, but emotionally, he sleeps beside absence. Then another woman appears, someone who listens, understands, and makes him feel seen again. But it wasn't forbidden love he was searching for. What he was looking for was real love, connection, affection, and desire. Things his wife may have stopped offering without even realizing it. That is when the heart of a committed man enters a deep conflict. A conflict between what is right, what makes sense, and what he truly feels. No one wakes up wanting to cheat, but every human being wakes up wanting to feel loved. He wants to feel understood, respected, and desired. Through being the word lover matters. He wants to feel that he still matters. When love dies at home, the heart searches for refuge where truth still exists. So there is something important many women should understand about how men emotionally distance themselves. A man usually distances himself long before he actually leaves. Most men only leave after they have tried many times to stay.
Yeah.
Because in the end, what every man truly wants is love that continues after the I do. A love that stays present even after the routine of life begins.
Okay, so just shoot straight and answer this very blunt question. Like, if I'm a woman that is pretty sharp, I take care of myself, I'm independent, somewhat successful, like, can't find a man, like, am I the problem? Like, if I am, just be a friend and tell me so I can stop looking.
Why should a man get married when women leave so easily?
This is what I think. Most women are so bought into the vision of marriage that they never really consider what it means to be a wife. So then when they get into marriage and now they are a wife, they hate the role.
Oh, yes, and I've talked about this on my platform before. You can be a wife on paper, but not a wife in your heart. A wife is so selfless and so self-sacrificing. She sacrifices herself for the betterment of her whole entire family, just as a husband does too. It is a very selfless act, and a lot of people get married and are getting married because they want to feel happy, and a lot of people just get married to the person that chooses them instead of for qualities and traits of a good leader and someone who is going to be willing for. Same with husbands. Some men get married off of lust. They lusted after the woman they were with, and this woman is not selfless or self-sacrificing in one bit. They just like you for your things, for what you flash to them. And so now you have this picture of, well, I'm just supposed to put stuff on the table for her and keep her happy, but you aren't feeling fulfilled or happy at all in your own marriage. That's because you're not with a selfless woman. You're not with a wife. You're just with a woman that wants her needs served and met. Your role as a wife and your role as a husband is to completely to yourself and lay that on the cross and to fulfill whatever duty God has for you in this marriage.
I think also men just get tired of having to be out here showing up for you. You got a race or a marathon or something like that, man's right there. Hey man, you need some water? Hey, there's only certain things that you can do, but if you running a race or something like that, I got your special sauce, got your special water, I got your special snack. After the race, there's however many checkpoints during the race, I'm right there cheering you on. I got my family. If I can't be there at every checkpoint, obviously I got my family. Go Chelsea, keep on running, keep on going. And I've got your encouragement. And then at the end, I'm right there waiting on you, right? A lot of men, he might say, hey, I want to take you out to a basketball game or a baseball game, and I want to propose because this is, I thought you like grand gestures and stuff like that, which as a man, you probably want to have a conversation with her. In all honesty, you do want to have a conversation with her, even if you're not thinking about proposing for like another 3 months, another 6 months. That's a conversation that should probably come up at some point in time. So what kind of rings are you like? Have you ever thought about that? Oh, you trying to propose? No, I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I mean, you don't want to do it too early because you on the first date, unless it naturally comes up, but don't bring it up. Don't bring it up if at all possible, right? Once you've been talking, y'all start to hang out a little bit and you say, so you want kids? Yeah, I want kids. And, I already have kids and things of that nature. So, what are you looking for? Well, I really like to be married. How long? Have you ever thought about how long it would take you to get married? Well, I'm thinking about, maybe, at least a year. I'd like to get married in under a year. Of course, it depends on if I know the guy. Oh, so you got your ring picked out and everything. Now you just brought it up naturally. Oh yeah, I got this. Well, okay, show me what you got. And she'll definitely show you, well, this is why I got this, and this. And you make a mental note of it. You can look and see what kind of website it is, where it's at, and the whole 9 yards. And you can kind of see where you're at, right? If you really like the lady. If not, then it don't really matter. But, you know, you need to be having those conversations, right? But my original point was, men, they try to do nice things for you. They try to do grand gestures to prove their love to you. And so when a man does these grand gestures, like goes in front of millions of people or thousands of people he doesn't know, and he tries to ask you for your hand in marriage, or, you know, he takes you out on a nice expensive date, for a lot of men out here, especially if that's not a place that they would ever go, that's not a place that they would ever frequent, they do these things, but they don't get anything in return. That's it. It was a problem for men before, but now that they see you're bragging about not going to give anything back to them, you're not going to do anything for them, now they're saying, okay, well, since you want to act like that, I'm cutting it off, full stop.